Hello guys, it's Simple Hub, and today we're going to discover the art and the mind of the creator that goes by Antiisoulcial. We're going to make his complex art simple. So Antiisoulcial has been a photographer in the Raleigh area, active for the past few years. He has work dating back to as early as 2021 in Fayetteville. As Anti's been on the rise for a long time, you can see that he has a very interesting taste of photography, which includes a lot of vintage and a lot of lines and a lot of framing, which we'll be going over today. It seems that all his photos that he takes are all with a vintage camera that was most likely made somewhere between 1200 and 1600 BC. If I had to guess, I'd say some type of Mamiya or some type of film. He usually posts that he's trying different films and he's looking for different films. Antiisoulcial may be more simpler than it looks. His name is Antiisoulcial, where he might actually be antisocial, but it's all in the name, anti. A lot of his work includes things that go along the line of anti, which can also mean opposite. I think that a lot of his pictures have something to do with his name, Antiisoulcial, which is spelled with an L. If you look at all of his photos, the majority of them have no soul and no smiling, no emotion. And a lot of them, I would say, are opposites of what you would expect given anti and soul. They have no soul and they're anti, which could be the opposite, which brings me to his uses in photography broken down. I'd say things that he uses in his photography are juxtaposition, which would also be opposites, just like his name. He has great framing, good lines, everything looks modern, vintage. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is his juxtaposition. So juxtaposition, if you don't know, is the art of placing two elements side by side, typically highlighting their contrasting abilities or qualities that don't even belong together. For example, if you look at Bad and Bougie, you wouldn't see girls that are bad and bougie at a laundromat washing clothes. That's just something that doesn't go together. So juxtaposition has been used in art for centuries by artists such as Pablo Picasso in certain movements, and they combined different perspectives of a single object and also created multi-layered compositions which would make it look more complex than it actually is and change different viewpoints of an object or a scene, forcing people to think how they perceive reality. This is pretty concurrent with a lot of things that Anti has on his page when it comes to looking at all of his work. You wouldn't see a lot of these things in the places that they are. Even if they are in the places that they are, you would expect people to be happy in these photos, but they have no emotion. It's all serious. So the next thing we can look at when it comes to Antiisoulcial's photos is his framing. So he has framing that obviously shows the subject, but also shows the subject in a specific location to show off the location as well. So placing people in strategic spots so that they're in focus, but you also see where they are. This specific framing can highlight the subject and also guide the viewer's eye, creating a sense of depth and emphasis. This concept has roots in early photography dating back when they first started taking photos. Once you explore the compositions, this helps create a more visually engaging image. And these specific locations help create focus and add context to the photo other than what Anti already has in the photo. For example, his photos at the fair. Normally couples will do photo shoots and be at a photo studio, but this is actually in public, taken at a public place where everybody's going together to be a couple. Next, we have lines. Anti has more lines in his photos than a broker on Wall Street in the 80s. So lines in photography have been a crucial compositional tool used to guide the viewer's eye, create depth, and add structure to an image. It's a fundamental part of storytelling in photography, and it also is used to lead the viewer's eyes and create symmetry. The use of lines, diagonal lines, and converging lines is integral in creating and compelling dynamic photographs. If you take a look at one of his photos, in specific, the Air Affair, you'll see that this is a big juxtaposition. If you look at these women, their hair is more along the lines of Miss Parker on Soul Plane instead of as a TSA worker. These awkward positions that they're standing in actually are concurrent with these lines that go on in the background, and they add to the depth. If you know, an airport usually has a lot of lines. It's a structural thing and it's also an architectural thing. So people working at these airlines usually wouldn't be bedazzled up like Slick Rick in Children's Story, or Slick Rick even at 46 with a bedazzled iPad. That would get them fired. But if you look at these, in this specific photo, he has the main subject, he has lines. You can see that she's sitting on things, and then you see the second girl in the background in a snazzy position. This is excellent framing, excellent lines, and excellent use of everything I've been mentioning so far when talking about Antiisoulcial's specific photo intelligence. Let me know what you think of the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know who you want to see in the next one. Thanks.